moving to the NFL side of things, man, my picks got destroyed last week. I had at least one of, because I said outright winners and against the spread, and I had at least one of both of those wrong in every game. I saw my blowout wrong. I saw my upset wrong. I was wrong all across the board, and it starts with betting against the Patriots.
Never do it.
I got to do it
against
again.
us.
I got to again this week. Though.
Bet against us.
Yeah, I know. It's really hard, and I even said this like mid-game as I saw like my predictions just being destroyed by Belichick. I
5-7.
I tweeted saying, "New note to my gambling self: you cannot bet against the Patriots until they don't make a conference championship."
I'd like to point out that Brandon and I both said they would make it to the AFC Championship. We both said that they would lose in the AFC Championship, but we both said they
Chargers had the team of destiny feel, but now the Saints have it.
8 straight seasons. They are the LeBron of the AFC. Like they just keep showing
Tom
up.
Brady and LeBron James are equal.
And
Is that what we're
who's the
saying?
greatest male athlete? That got hot
of this
week.
generation?
I saw that Robert Kraft said Tom Brady's the greatest male team athlete of all time, and the
it's kind of hard to disagree.
NBA Twitter just exploded, and it was very interesting. I don't think it's debatable.
I don't like
he's
the
not
Patriots.
the best football athlete.
He's not an athlete, but he's easily the best quarterback
He's a
to ever
competitor.
play.
He's a competitor, and it takes him to a higher level because hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
But it's to me, there's if we're going solely on just how do I consider someone to be the greatest of any position in football, like the greatest quarterback ever? It's all about championships, and he has the most. He has 5 rings, man, and he went there 8 times, could be 9.
Oh, he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
No, yeah, I don't think that's the question here.
No.
No.
And you're hearing that from 2 Packer fans.
I'll take it.
What a lot of
As you
people
guys.
think could be.
Yeah.
Is MJ the greatest male team athlete?
That is for
Or
the
is that
NFL.
LeBron?
That's an NFL offseason podcast.
That's a
Don't do
different-
that.
that's a
Don't do
different-
that to
that's a
me.
different story.
Different podcast for different
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
All right,
Or maybe
so
switch logos.
NFL. What are we talking about, Paul?
Well, yeah, man, Kansas City looked good, man. They just held the Colts at every place.
Mahomes
Their defense is
damn
here.
good.
Cool. The Chiefs have a
The
defense.
defense
Does
plays
that
very
change
well
things?
at home.
Okay,
The
but that's where it
defense
is this week.
They 17 points a game at home, 33 on the road. So
Another
That's
snowstorm.
huge.
it's a huge advantage for that defense to be comfortable in their home stadium.
Rams
much better.
barely held on to beat Dallas. I think that if that game would have had if the end
I
of
don't
that
agree with
game was the end of the third quarter, if there was 15 more minutes to play, I think Dallas was going to win that game.
I don't know, man.
Maybe that's because I bet on them.
I don't know. Did you watch that whole game?
Oh, it was a very ugly start.
I
But
thought the run game was too dominant for the Cowboys.
as it progresses, the Cowboys are like a diesel engine. They can have a horrible first quarter, but then they just start moving and moving and moving, and they control the clock a little more, and they run the ball a little more, and they hold your score low while they run up to match it.
I saw,
Well, it's their
They
defense.
almost did that.
It's their defense that keeps them in game.
One more year
Yeah.
with this
and I
defense
saw,
together.
I
Wow.
saw C.J. Anderson when they were stopping Todd Gurley. C.J. Anderson came into that game and just
Game
took
changer.
over.
Game
Took
changer.
over.
They had
And what-
no game plan.
and
for
How
what-
many
CJ
times do you see an
Exactly.
offensive
They had
lineman
no-
do that?
They had no
He
game.
does look like an offensive lineman, kind of.
So that happens
But-
when you don't work.
But then they bring Todd Gurley back in there, and they're tired. They've been tackling this big running back, and Todd Gurley just gashes him in the second half.
Thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
yeah,
It was the ultimate
there was a
two-team
prime
performance
example.
for two-player.
There's a prime example of that before the end of the first half. It's saying exactly what you said. They ran the ball a couple times with C.J. Anderson. Next play, Todd Gurley busts a
For
touchdown
34.
run.
Yeah,
Busts the
34
big touchdown run, and they go up 20-7.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I think was going to take the Rams to the Super Bowl. I think the Rams are going to beat the Saints because the Saints, it's at home for them, but they did not impress me against the Eagles. And maybe it's Big Dick Nick. Maybe it's that magic of the
I'd say bye week rust.
But Philadelphia was banged up. Philadelphia had banged up defensive linemen, a
Yes.
second string quarterback. Granted, he won them a Super Bowl last year.
That's not an.
But they also
he's
had
a first string quarterback.
their offensive
Playing
lineman was
behind somebody.
injured.
Right. He's getting first
They
string.
had
money.
no second. All their secondary was hurt, and they were still in. They were driving to win that game.
The Eagles are a good team. They just messed around too much in the regular season. If they would have been higher
They
than the
could have
seed
been a lot
that they
better
were,
seed. Yep.
they would have been a much more dangerous team.
Well, they're sixth, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
barely.
Yeah,
they
They
should.
just jumped in the last
They
week.
got.
They-
They made it
they
because
hopped over
Minnesota
the Vikings,
lost.
yeah.
The Vikings had the chance to
Choke
make it.
job.
Yeah.
Oh
Kirk
my gosh.
Cousins, baby.
Love it.
That was a-
Eighty
that was a
four.
ugly
Love
game.
it.
$84
The,
million.
the one thing that made this Packers season kind of okay is just watching Kirk Cousins and Adam Thielen like gouge
Yelling
each
at
other's eyeballs on the sideline and get
Kirk
into a
Cousins has
hissy
5
fit.
wins against teams above 500.
He's 5
record.
and 25,
5 and like
I think.
almost it's almost 30. It's
Glory to
just a
God,
terrible
man.
record.
Though he's a great guy. You know,
No, yeah, he's a nice guy, but he can't win games.
he like I heard he plans out his day like
Prayer.
plans out his day in like 15-minute like segments. Like this is what he does,
got a
and he
chart?
just knows. Yeah, he's got like a
Oh,
game plan chart.
I thought you were gonna say like
he knows his day down to the minute. He wishes he was Phillip Rivers so bad.
yeah, but Phillip Rivers can't win either. Phillip Rivers will get to the playoffs and then lay an egg like they did against the Patriots. Like how many? All right,
Kirk Cousins is like if Tim Tebow could throw.
hot take. Phillip Rivers is not that good of a quarterback.
I'm just trying to think of all openly religious quarterbacks.
because
I can.
everybody gives this guy credit for being this elite level quarterback who's been in the league as long as Eli Manning and who's the other one in that draft? We were talking about Big Ben. Eli Manning and Big Ben both have 2 Super Bowl rings. This guy has none. And anytime he gets close, he can't.
He's an organizational problem. That is
He is 0-8 against Tom Brady.
I'm
Can't even
not
get
disagreeing.
one.
I'm not
A lot of
disagreeing with
quarterbacks
anything
are
you're
on-
saying.
I'm sure
I'll win
Kirk
this.
Cousins could get one.
I don't think
doubt
I don't think those guys are playing on defense playing against
Overrated.
Tom Brady. But the problem with what you're saying is that is all the exact reason of why Archie Manning said my son will not play for your franchise. Archie Manning is the godfather of the NFL, and he really he saved Eli's career, and he made Eli a Hall of Famer by making sure he wasn't in San Diego. Because look, we have to argue for Phillip Rivers to get into the Hall of Fame, and he's got top 10 numbers. But he's got no rings, and that's what it comes down to. And I can't,
He has
it's
very few playoff wins.
it's
in
very
general.
hard to argue against team success in a team sport. That's very true.
I'm sorry. It was frustrating because you made me drink the Kool-Aid, and I was behind.
Team of Destiny, bro. I was there.
I was with you. I was behind the Chargers. I wanted them
Yeah.
to win, and it wasn't just my hate for the Patriots.
Kevin King kind of messed that game up too.
It
That
was
kinda bad.
it was just the thing that
thoroughly
annoys me the
dominated
most is
by
how
New
do
England.
how do you not
How did
even
they
show
come
up?
back? I didn't even know. I stopped watching the game.
What an
honestly.
incredible
Garbage time,
You
wasn't
know,
it?
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna guard the Hail Mary and the run every play and leave the middle of the field open because if Tom Brady can't do one thing, it's the accurate 6-yard pass. So we're gonna let him do that all game long. It was the worst game plan for the Patriots I'd ever seen in a playoff game. It's like they didn't know who they were playing.
It was, and that's what I'm saying. Is like how can you not at least get one in there? How do you lose 8 times? You've played
It's a team
The
game,
Patriots
man.
team is loaded.
Yeah, that's you got to look at the
They have
years
a
where
lot
they
of-
played
This
each
was
other.
the year. This
they
was
have
the
a-
worst Patriots team they could
You're
have played.
kinda-
They
You're-
still have some of the best players.
Yeah, they
some
still
of
have
the best
Edelman.
players.
You gotta look at
and they
those
still have
matchups.
Hogan and
One of those years
Brady.
could be when the Patriots were 17-0 and Phillip Rivers didn't even make the playoffs. Like that's not his fault. He lost to Brady.
I
that
got
year.
us off track. My point
Brady
is,
lost.
my point is,
Mossed.
point is, Phillip Rivers is good at one thing, and that's impregnating his wife. That's all he's good at, and just accept it.
Pretty good skill, though.
One more. And
9.
One more, and he's got 10th on the way.
He's got a
right?
softball team.
So
if he can,
No, he's got his own offense. One more, man, and he can.
he's got a whole
He's
offensive
got
line.
he's got a single A Iowa high school football team with one more guy. He's got 11.
His
That's
wife-
all you need.
honestly, I think I've made this joke before, but his wife just has to be a uterus with legs at this point.
She's a champion. She's a champion, and she's counting her money, making their home look beautiful. Like
After-
Phillip Rivers' wife is probably one of the most upstanding wives in all of sports.
no, it's probably a great family, but it's just like after
he
the
chose,
4th kid, it's always got.
I love this guy. I can talk about this guy all day. He
pull him right
chose to not move his family to L.A. He commutes to L.A. from San Diego, where his family lives. Serious.
You're letting that
honest to
clout
God,
your judgment, Paul.
He
You're
bought a
letting that
van.
clout your
He
judgment.
bought a van and has turned it into his office space. He refurbished a van and has a driver, and he commutes to L.A.
Was
and
that
gets
like 2
all of
hours?
his stuff. Yeah, it's like nothing. Honestly,
Yeah.
comparatively, and he's got a guy that drives him, and he does all his business. It's amazing.
If he were Tom Brady, he would have had a house in LA already, and he would have the MVP type money because he would have had some Super Bowls.
He just have 2 houses. Why doesn't he just buy another house?
Why not? Why not just buy another house? LeBron's been living in LA for like the past 6 off seasons.
Well, because that's the thing. When people are like LeBron going to the Lakers, I'm like, yeah, because the dude's gonna retire. Like this is the end of the line.
Well, it's more than retirement. It's the next phase, and he saw that. This is a transition.
And he's gonna be a coach.
I really don't think he cares if he wins a championship in Los Angeles.
No.
I really don't think he cares.
I think he'll be a coach though. I think that's the next step.
I don't see him. I don't see him
Dude,
coaching. I see
He'll
him
be more like a Michael Jordan type.
like a Kobe.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Where I am.
You think he'd be in film more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
You know who
the
couldn't-
phrase? I'm a business.
Well,
I'm not
he's
a business.
brand.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. That's LeBron.
Yeah.
And
He really is.
He really is. You know, he
Most
says he's got
successful one.
no stake in clutch. That is the biggest joke ever. That he has no stake in that company.
You know who couldn't say that? Philip Rivers, because he's overrated. Here's the mic.